Morning. It's a cold one today. I think we've hit minus 2.5 or something, 2.9, something like that. It's a bit frosty outside. The sun is probably, maybe 20 minutes off rising. But today, Alex is coming down again. He called me earlier in the week and said he had a couple of spare days. So he's coming down to help us do some more cladding and some flashings. But as you can see, we've done an east wall here. And the other day, last weekend actually, Erica and I managed to do half of the south wall on the pop-up. So we've got cladding up to about here, I think. And then we've got some buttons, and then obviously need to do some more stuff. But ain't nobody getting on the roof at the moment. It is frosty. So it's hopefully going to be quite a nice day today. There's only a couple of clouds over there. Who knows what's coming from over there, but let's hope for some blue skies and some sunshine. It's got potential. It's got potential. Inside, I can't tell you what temperature it is because my thermometer fell off and broke and I've got to get another one. But anyway, it's nice. It's warm. It is warm. It's not just the difference between outside being minus and inside being not so minus, but it is actually warm. Not much has been going on. We've been, like I said, doing some cladding on the pop-up, but I have also been making a mess. Filling in the studwork with some polystyrene, foaming that all together and making sure it fits nice and snug and there's no air gaps and all that good stuff. Still have to work on the other side, of course, but you know, things take time. Told you it was going to be a sunny day, didn't I? It is still frosty. You can sort of now get an idea of what we normally live with. It's a nice little vista when you can see it out the top of the fog. But most important thing, well, the second most important thing is that I found a dog. What are you doing inside, you silly dog? It's nice and warm. It is nice and warm. Hello, silly dog. You are quite waggly this morning, aren't you? Yeah. The most important thing is I has the coffee. So it's a bit frosty. It's only thin, but still cold. Yes. So we've got this bottom flashing on. It looks pretty tidy. We've just got some tap-in pins going in every 600 or so. This is wedged up into the gap of the window up in here. That fits all pretty nice along there. And we've sort of finished it off. We're going to have another flashing that comes down the side of the window here with insulation again. So this area here is going to be deck all through here. The deck unfortunately needs to connect directly to the slab on the side of the house, so we can't fit insulation in there. The sun's out, it's a glorious... oh no, it's not, it's still foggy. It's warming up though. It is nice in the sun. And we're making progress. Charlie's loving it inside. It's nice and warm for a dog. So we've got foam underneath this guy, flashing across through there. We're just holding this one in place. It had a little bit of a bow out in the front of it, just the way that the flashing was folded, or the way we were sort of pushing it up. I don't know, had a bit of a bow in it. That'll straighten it out. Sun's come out. There's still a little bit of a fog about, but it's t-shirt weather now. Welcome to Tasmania. Fog 1 minute, too hot the next. So you've seen that, we've come along here, we've wedged this guy into place. I'm avoiding this corner for as long as I can. We've got this flashing under the window. We'll go all the way along underneath this wall section. We've done the next window. It's all fitting in pretty nicely. All the way underneath this window. Back cut on the corner there for the next flashing that goes between these two windows to slot up into, and that holds it in place. Notched out for our earth cable. Alex is notching out the flashing for the earth cable. Charlie's just generally lounging around, being as helpful as she normally is. Aren't you? Fitting quite nicely.
Do the trick.
Very goodly. Well, it was started off cold, and then it got hot. Now it's cold again. Anyway, we got a bit done. We got the flashings on underneath this east facing wall. Now that the scaffold's in the way. That was a bit of a task to do, that one. It was a bit of nutting out. It's turned out reasonable, I'm happy with it, but it's not perfect. But anyway, a blind man would be pleased to see it. Got the rest of these guys on, all the foam underneath. Set up the scaffold now to get stuck into the eaves tomorrow. We've got some eave sheets to put along here. We've got a batten to run on the inside, and then the outside of the sheet hooks into a little C channel in the side of the, what do we call that? Fascia. Guten Morgen. It's a lovely day. We've had Tasmanian sunshine all night. Everything's well soaked in sunshine. There's sunshine falling out of the gutters. Not sure how we're going to go today, being that it's raining reasonably well. But we are sort of working under the eaves up here. Yeah, it's quite dry here. But anyway, expecting Alex sometime soon. My hope is that he's bringing coffee. He better be bringing coffee. Well caffeinated later. It's that time of the day again where you take your jumper off and your jacket off and you're back in a t-shirt. Just putting some battens up on the wall now. While we've got the scaffold here, we can reach up the top. And then we'll shift all the scaffolding over here so we can finish off these eave sheets. Some weeks later, you'll have to forgive me. Well, you don't have to, but it'd be nice if you did. Don't know what happened. I've lost some footage. I don't know if a card got corrupted or if I just, I don't know, wrote over it or something. But anyway, you know how we were working on these eaves just here. Well, we finished that eave. That goes all the way through to the other end of the carport. And we've got another wall clad, which is really nice. I'm very pleased how this has come up. I like the clean square lines. Got a little bit of angle on the top of that flashing just for water to run off, but essentially it looks square. And we've ended up with quite a flat, nice, neat, modern looking finish. I've sealed these off, got some silicone in the sides, haven't painted anything yet, that's still just a primer coat. Looking pretty smart, very happy with it, but I do apologise for somehow losing a bunch of footage. Anyway, that's where we're up to cladding the outside. We haven't got any further up the top on the pop-up yet, but we have got a little bit of progress inside. The plasterers have come down to install the suspended ceiling framework. So in the bedrooms and in the front of the lounge room, we've got a suspended ceiling. It means we can run our ducted heat recovery unit and everything through the ceiling cavities. That's sitting up there at the moment, as you probably would have seen in previous videos. That's still loitering about up there. We've got to run all of the ducting. It's insulated ducting with a ceiling cavity. We can get all the way around into this room, which doesn't have its ceiling installed yet, but we can then go through the wall into the ceiling of the lounge room. So we can get an input duct all the way sort of over here somewhere, so that we've got fresh air coming down here and it flows back to the back of the house. Finish the insulation up on that wall, and we're sort of maybe, I don't know, halfway finishing this one. The next bit of exciting stuff that's happening is we do have somebody coming to do a blower door test. That will determine, hopefully, that the house is reasonably airtight and suitable for the heat recovery ducting system that we're using. He is the guy that also sold us that heat recovery system, so I'm hoping we can get all of the duct work and the outlets and the wiring and all of that sorted while he's here. We might not get the ducts installed, but at least we'll get them ordered. We'll get the right quantities and lengths and things like that. And of course the ceilings going up, we're going to be able to get the electricians in. They can put all the wiring in for the lights. They can pull all the power through for the outside power points and external lights and all that sort of stuff. Then they can go through and wire up through the internal walls, because all of our power is going to be running for the most part through internal walls, because we can't channel through the exterior panels. So once that's all done, they can come and do ceilings as well as all the internal walls, and then the place will be plastered. And then we've got some framework to bring down from the centre of the roof here, which will be the bulkhead above the kitchen. So the kitchen's going to be in the back little recess here, so this little wall here steps back, runs along through there. We'll have an island bench through here with a breakfast bar on this end. Essentially, I don't know if it's called a galley kitchen or not, but you can walk straight through the kitchen. It's just an island bench on this side and benches, overheads, cooktop, all of that on the other side. So there is a bit of progress happening. We are getting places. It's taking a little longer than I was hoping, but that's just not being on the job the whole time. Alex has got another job to go to, so he's giving us a heads up when he's got time available. Do you mind? I'm trying to... Contractors coming in, I sort of don't want to have too many here at once. I want to do things in the right order, and to ensure that one's finished before the next one happens, I'm allowing a little bit of time in between. There's also things that I need to get to, which I'm going to do a little bit more today. I've got to seal up these windows above us in the pop-up, which is going to be a little bit hairy on the top of a ladder, but anyway, we'll see how we go. I reckon we'll probably move from the outside to the inside with the videos until we get to the cladding on the south wall. That's going to be quite a big job in itself. We've got a couple of doors to maintain the span of the cladding over the top of. So that'll close out this video. Bit of cladding, some flashings and things on the outside, these dropped ceiling frameworks on the inside, and soon to have a few more things going on. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the next one.